Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight because I want to help all my potential or current new entrepreneurs with some guidance, because I know a lot of times, you better get off me. TikTok cutting up right quick.
Oh, TikTok cutting up already.
TikTok.
Didn't even give you 2 seconds into the program.
We'll get back to it. Again, this is the night show. I want to help out my, current or potential new entrepreneurs, where we're going to discuss something where, oh Lord, let me get out of that. Let me get out of this. Cool. Back into it. Yeah, tonight's show we're talking about 10 of the most common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. Again, the 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs that they make. Okay. And I kind of went through a list of things because a lot of times people reach out and say, hey, I'm a new entrepreneur. I want to get started in business, and I want to do this, and that. Uh-huh. And then a lot of times, you started giving people some game or some advice in regards to these some of the things you need to do. You get that whole rainbow answers. Okay. I got it. I know this. I know that. I just need how to.
I just need this part.
I just need exactly
right.
And you try to talk to people or help people because you're right. You might know that part. Mm-hmm. But there are still a lot of other things you don't know. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Because you can get on the road for 4 or 5 miles down. You may not be prepared for the hills or the curves or this, that, and that, speed traps and things. And because, you know the direction where you got to go, all the things that are laid out on that road that can be dangerous to you, you may not be aware of. Right. But I know how to get there. Mm-hmm. So I know how to drive to New York. But the stuff that's on the pathway to get there, that's the time you have to listen to people. And far too often people miss out on stuff. And mistakes happen. A lot of bad stuff happen. And you can't recover. You can't recover. I don't mean sound funny. Again, tonight's show we're talking about 10 common mistakes that first-time entrepreneurs make. Again, that's 10 common mistakes that first-time entrepreneurs make. I don't say we joke about it, but being real about it. 2 or 3 years ago, with all that disaster loan money, where people were getting this money, starting these businesses, leaving their jobs, and that ass is back at work with no money, and they got a loan payment to make. Right. I mean, real talk. Right. And a lot of that stuff came from people think they're smarter than what they are because they got money in their pocket. Okay. Again, people think they're smarter than what they are because they got money in their pocket. Yeah. And see, money doesn't buy you intelligence. Right. Money just make you a false sense of confidence. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times when you're not prepared what to do with that money, it ain't gonna last. It go quick. Yeah. That's what you see all the time. You see people see the athletes like, man, if I were that young, I wouldn't mess it up. How do they go broke? Right. But a lot of times 2 or 3 purchases it can be gone. If you really haven't been taught or had that kind of money before, you'll do the same thing. You get them a little bit of a pass for some fact. Most of them under 25. Right. And they got $60 million in their pocket. But you still be 40, 50 years old and blow that money up if you don't deal with it. Right. I mean, just let's do with your age, more to do with just your knowledge, experience, what to do, of having it, right? So again, what we're talking about tonight is 10 common mistakes of first-time business entrepreneurs. Again, I'm Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. I have a damn brain cramp. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. The main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investment. So if you have to leave, you come in, come in and out. You can see the video in its whole entirety on Mr. Short Dollar from YouTube. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel, subscribe. We also have an active grant playlist with over 150 different grant opportunities for you guys to take advantage of it well. So definitely go there and check it out. But again, tonight's show, we're talking about 10 common mistakes first-time entrepreneurs make. And before we get, I also want to give a big shout out to I'm sorry, Lab. To my producer,
it's okay.
DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's all right. It's Thursday. We got a lot going on. You in the midst of business.
I got so much going on.
Right.
Also, what's up, the mother producer Slick 316? What's up, Reek?
Going on, Rick?
Now, like I stated earlier, the whole point of having this show again, we talk about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. There are a lot of people that want to that are new in business or potentially want to get into business. What's going on there?
TikTok still messing with you?
Nah, it wasn't TikTok. It was just somebody damn Pandora. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on. The Android. Let me see. Oh man, it'll come back. I don't know what the hell going on.
It'll come back.
No, it's good. But again, when we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs, far too often, Lab, people, they have a different reason why they want to start business up. And usually because, they have a skill set they want to take advantage of. They have, may have been in a particular field or doing a job so long. They want to, look, I know I'm pretty good at it. I want to have at it. I heard people say, look, I'm ready to get off the plantation, do my own thing, be my own boss. And all of them are great reasons, right? There's no bad reason. The problem happens a lot of times people have very bad planning. And they don't have the skill sets needed to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Or have an idea of what they need to do to get those skill sets, right?
Okay.
Added to that, they ain't got the patience to just acknowledge it or try to attain those in a certain time.
Okay, so try to learn what they don't have.
Exactly.
Do you think most people even notice it? Like do they notice that they don't have it? What is they don't have? Why? I mean, and especially as first time entrepreneurs, you think they really notice what they are lacking when it comes to business?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, because what'll be evident a lot of times is that people can sit there with themselves and say, "Hey, I'm trying to get customers out," and they may be like, "Well, we're gonna make some flyers. We're gonna post on social media." Well, we know when you post on social media, Lab, when you post on social media, that's just gonna go as far as your friends or people you know. Right. And people love you and care about you. They don't mean they want to buy your shit.
Right.
And so that's what the time a lot of people got to look at that. I know in marketing, I know in advertising, I know in finances, I know in management, all those kind of things, right? And I would always say, depending on what business you want to get into, even though you're experienced in doing the actual job, take some time, maybe work up on it somewhere and get the experience. But to answer your question, I don't think it's not uncommon to not necessarily know what you don't know. But I do think you, at some point, you got to sit there, pump the brakes, like, hey, this ain't working.
Right.
But then when you have certain things in place where you see it, people still want to fix things the way they want to fix it.
Okay. Not the way it needs to be fixed.
Yeah. And you can go into a situation and say, well, look, now I already know what I want to do it this way. The way you want to do it in the way that's probably the correct manner of doing it, probably not the best way.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and, just being in the business over 20 years, we've had a lot of folks ask me for advice. But, I always get that, I got it, I know that part, whatever. No, you don't.
Right. They don't want to get...
If you know it, why the hell you call?
Well, because they want you to tell them about this other part that they don't know.
Well, they think that they don't have to do this.
Right.
They can skip over. You go from step 1 to step 4.
Right.
What about 2 and 3?
Okay.
I ain't got to do all that. I already know about that. No, but if you don't, everything gonna collapse.
Okay.
That's what we want to talk about. Some of those common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs, guys. Remember to call in number 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. So if you are a potential entrepreneur, current, like I said, first-time entrepreneur, you're new to it and everything, you got questions or anything about what we talk about tonight, feel free to call in, put your comments in the chat. But then again, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. And the first one, guys, I'm gonna be straight up with you, is not having a clear business plan. When people think about business plan, the term, they're thinking about something that they have to get together to submit to finance company or investors to get money. A business plan is pretty much just a blueprint of your business for a particular period, maybe for 1 year, maybe over the next 2 or 3 years, 5 years and stuff. The business plan is just the structure on how you're going to operate your business, right? So just put in mind, when you start thinking, I want people to keep in mind, as a new entrepreneur, you're first, just getting into it, this is the same thing any Fortune 500 company will do and everything. So the gist of it is, if the big boys can do it, are doing it, why don't you?
Right.
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 You know, again, you don't have the multi-million-dollar budgets to be able to do some of the things at the scale they're doing it, but just, you know, on a much smaller scale, some things just don't need to quit. And that blueprint, a clear blueprint, is just not it. Your goals written down on the paper. I want to sell X of these. I want to make $1 million. I want to get a new building. That's not a plan.
Okay.
Now, if you say, listen, if we sell 10 of these a day, X of these a week, X of these a month, because you got your goal.
Mm-hmm.
You want to sell 100,000. You want to sell 1,000 of these. Mm-hmm. So that means I got to sell so many a day, so many a week, so many a month. And then if I do that, that'll accrue to the number that I want to get to.
Okay.
Now we got the number to it. Now we want to sit here and get us a building. So how we going to get a building? We don't have it yet. Each month I already got to lay down in my business plan. I'm going to prospect, call finance companies. Mm-hmm. I'm going to look. We're going to try to put some offers out there. We're going to get it, move it. All this stuff got to be set out.
Okay. From
your marketing, your advertising plans, budgets, how many people you have worked for. That business plan got to be concrete. Now, with all that just said, most people say, man, how do I do all that?
Right.
That's why you got to pay somebody.
Right.
See, that's the problem, like
most entrepreneurs want to start off and do it themselves and figure that they can figure it out as they go. To be honest with you.
You know why? Well, I would tell you, Lab, you're gonna pay for the shit on the front end or the back end.
Right. One way or the other is gonna be paid.
You know, you're gonna spend so much time, it ain't working, then you're gonna get somebody. Right. And most of the time gonna be more expensive then. Why? Because you done got some time and money invested. And now they got to fix your shit.
And you invest up a lot more than you did at the beginning.
Exactly. But if you come see somebody on the front end, they can just lay everything out, take your information and lay it out.
Right.
But if somebody got to come in and fix it, and then give you down, they got to fix your injury and then give you some physical therapy. That changes it, right?
Right. That does. It's a lot more expensive.
So again, guys, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. That first one being not having a clear business plan. That's your guiding rule. Mm-hmm. That's your guiding rule, guys. Do not underestimate the importance of having a business plan. Because you can always go back to that. And remember what I said, it's a plan. So plans can change, right? You sit there and say, well, hey, they just had we had to change vendors. So the cost that we were paying per material has changed. You can adjust that. They just had new city ordinance. We can't do certain things at certain times. It can plan and adjust. But you at least have something to guide you on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis on what you need to do, right?
Right.
And when you got stuff wrote down and you got the numbers wrote down, you can't avoid it, right?
Right.
So we getting held accountable. We see it. We ain't hoping, we ain't praying, we ain't wishing.
It's
we ain't damn guessing.
Right.
Right. I tell people all the time, I don't need to know what you think. I need to know what you know. We can't fix what you think.
Right.
I'm an accountant. I ain't no damn magician.
Right.
So we have to know that. And I think a lot of times people don't avoid that because now you got to be accountable. Right. And for some odd reason, I think people underestimate personal accountability. Again, you can't get off around it. I want to make sure I ain't missing nothing. For the comments, what's going on, everybody? Again, tonight show we're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. Oh, Mama, I'm so sorry. I wasn't even looking at the TV at the computer. Say hey to Mama.
What's up, Mama?
Hey, Mama. I'm sorry. I'm 5 minutes late on the hello to Mama. Don't beat me up. I'm 10 minutes late. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up, Mama.
My mom's still a little late.
8:23, not 8 o'clock, Mama.
Must be bingo. What's up, Mama? Appreciate you tuning in. But nah, man, I really can't stress that enough. And again, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. The first one being not having a clear business plan. The second one is underestimating your financial needs. Let me tell you something, Lab. This is what I think people really, really miss out on. I think when people want to go into business, I personally experience what I've seen. When I say people underestimate financial needs, the focus a lot of time when people are looking at what I need to start the business. How much money do I need to start the business? I got to buy this machine, that machine, get this material. That's what I need to start the business.
Right.
You know what they forget? What I need to keep the damn business
going. Right.
I bought all this shit. But I can't afford.
I can't afford none of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's like Yeah, I just need about $50,000 to get started. What you gonna need for like 6 months to keep it running? It's like that don't even click to them.
Right.
And you have to sit here and do that. And I tell people all the time, look, when you go start looking for funding, especially, always ask for more than what you want. You need 50,000, ask for 100.
Right.
Can give you 100, you know what I'm saying? And they may come back with 75, they may come back with a 50, but they'll never give you what you want. They're all gonna give you less than what you asked for.
Right. That's automatic.
Unless you got some hard relationship with somebody at the bank, which most people don't. And you get those out of years of doing business and partnerships with them. Right. So that underestimate is just crucial because far too often people get just enough to get started and don't have nowhere near enough to keep it open. That's why you see so many bars and restaurants close.
Right.
That are starting up because they'll get enough to get it open. They'll get investors and all this kind of stuff. Right. And maybe a month or two, but depending on what kind of business you have or whatever like that, it may be cyclical. Seasonal. It may take a little while for traction to grow and everything, and they don't have it. And it's one thing to get it started, but
it's another thing to keep it open.
To keep it open, especially start talking about in the world we're in now. Now, I will say this: the great thing about it is what we do have cell phone, social media, and stuff like that, so you can actually run your Google ads, run your Facebook and Instagram ads to help get traction and stuff like that. But that shit costs money. Right. So if you haven't got, and I'm not talking about $30, $40 on some Google ads, $30, $40. No, be able to put thousands of dollars each month to be able to do that, to get that traction and everything going. People don't think about that. They go back to the point what I'm telling you about. I want to post it. We're gonna post. Right. Post. Posting.
Well, social media make people think it.
But you get what I'm saying.
Right.
Remember, guys, unless you have a huge following, or you got people that are gonna be resharing. Posting only goes
so far
as far as the people that know you. Right. That's just kind of keep that in mind. Right. And depending on the people that know you, what capacity you have with them? Are they friends or customers, vendors? So if they're just like a friendship relationship, they're not gonna buy your stuff. Right. They'll like it, heart it, maybe share it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna buy your shit.
They're not gonna tell anybody else to purchase it.
Exactly. So we got to make sure that we get enough. That underestimating funds is crucial.
Well, let me ask you a question when it comes to funds. You said something at the beginning that kind of let me know that maybe they don't even know because you saying when you go to the bank, ask for 100,000 instead of 50. Because if you got to tell them that, well, how deeply do you think they've thought about their financial part anyway? Because if you do your research, you always ask for more than what you want because they're not going to give you. If you ask for 50, they're going to give you 25. You get what I'm saying? So if you know you need 50, you should know you need to start up higher and work your way down. You may could negotiate more. But if you got to tell them that, then how far do you think they've thought past the startup?
Not out. That's why we're having a show. That's the whole point of the show. Because the thing of it is, Lab, a lot of times people don't know. And I'm going to be real with you, dog. People notice a lot of stuff they don't know, but their ambition and energy about having something is so great, they don't want to pause to try to find stuff out. Right. See, 20-something years, majority of the time, and I love entrepreneurship. We got all these videos, doing this shit, getting our free information. Right. I love it, and I love anytime somebody want to step out. But as soon as you start saying some shit outside of what a person's vision is, right. Hey man, do this, that, and that's not a good idea. People think you hating. People think you don't care. People think you meaning them harm. Like, no, that ain't it. I remember a young man. I'm saying here, just to your point. You saying want to get a barbershop. I said, man, that shit don't make no money. Right. And I told him why. 17-year salon on him. Now I said, depending what kind of model you got. I said because at the end of the day, whatever you're going to make is, if you're doing booth rent commission, possibly. Right. But are you going to put the advertising couple of costs to make that grow? But traditionally, if you're going to do a booth rental or anything like that, suite rental, whatever, it's always going to be rent minus your fixed expenses and all that other kind of stuff. Right. And that's just going to be a small residual. And you working in there, I'm just saying, right. What people think you get traffic confused with profit. Everybody come to your salon, everybody come to your barbershop that's making money. The barbers and stylists are making money, but not the owner.
Not the building itself, not the owner.
Yeah, because he's just going to make a flat amount each month. But we start talking to people like that because they know it. That's why I open and close mine. I don't know shit about him. Right. I don't know nothing about him. I open and close my salon after 17 years because in that probably 5-mile radius over there in circumference over there in Old National. It probably 20, 30 of them in that 17 years open and closed. Because they were barbers and beauticians.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Right.
But that's the kind of thing with it, to your point, who knows? People don't know.
Okay.
But that's why, but when you don't know, seek information.
That's the hardest thing for most entrepreneurs to do.
Huh?
That's probably one of the hardest things for most entrepreneurs to do is to seek help and information because of what we just said earlier. We don't want nobody feel like they hating on us.
It's hard to ask, but easy to lose your damn money. So shoot. Get this shit. So hey, pick which one you want. You want the hard? You want pride or lose your money? Yeah, man, I ain't got a pen in my stingy ass. I ain't got a pen to lose.
Maria say, "Good evening. Thank you for these lives. You are so full of good information."
Thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks. I appreciate it too. Okay, cool. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, guys, we're talking about 10 common mistakes. First-time entrepreneurs. Just went to the first one, which was having a solid business plan. The second one was underestimating financial needs. And I'm gonna go back through the whole list too. And the third one being failing to understand your target market. Failing to understand your target market. Guys, I want you just to let me give everybody let me give you guys a visualization. When you're doing any kind of, when you're going, again, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. And, a lot of this shit is for people that are in business and still not reaching their potential. And we're talking about failing to understand your target audience. When we say target audience, people think a lot of times to the point what you just said. I mean, we're just talking about the social media posting. Mm-hmm. My friends may not want what I'm selling.
Right.
If I'm selling a specific product or giving a specific service, I gotta look. That target market is the people that actually want that.
Right.
The kind of product I'm giving, the kind of service I'm giving, the prices I have, and everything. That's what they want. They may not look like anybody I know.
Okay.
They may not be around anyone I know.
Right.
They may never be around me. But my job is to find out who specifically wants my product and service. If you kind of think about it like this, guys, if you got a bow and arrow or a gun and you're shooting at the forest, now you got a target sitting out there, your target audience. I do not need to waste any bow and arrows. I don't need to waste any bullets just shooting at the woods.
Right.
I need to know which specific tree I need to hit.
And stare it down and aim for that target.
Exactly. Okay. And because at the end of the day, because when we're shooting here, when I'm giving an example, guys, I'm gonna give y'all like a free tip for myself. My office in Riverdale, I sit there and say to myself, and I think I did it. I think it's like 600. I don't know if it's 60 or 600,000. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I think it's maybe 60,000 residents.
Okay.
Of Riverdale, Georgia, right?
Okay.
My thing was, I said, okay, look, Poochie, instead of me running ads for Majestic Business Services all over Atlanta, we're Atlanta Premier Tax Company, the top one in the Southeast and all that. I don't need that shit. I know I can't handle no more than X amount of clients.
Right.
So if I'm in a city with 60,000 people, I just got to get 1%.
1%.
That's 600 gonna keep me fat all year.
Right.
We do more than 1%. I'm good.
Right.
So why the hell would I focus? I need to focus my Google ads and marketing in just like a 5-10 mile diameter of circumference of my office. So I tell people I don't need to be the top this, that, and that. I want my money.
Right.
So because when you sit there and do ads and marketing, you try to reach a bigger audience.
Right.
You're failing to reach stuff because it's shooting out.
It's too many.
But if you condense it, now you got a better. You got a what we call an army, our shot group, military. You got a shot group. You lay 4 or 5 rounds in that quarter. I'm hitting it.
Okay.
Shit everywhere ain't hitting nothing.
Right.
I want to keep that shot group. I'm consistently hitting right in there. And I think that's one of the biggest things people want to be able to sell to the masses. You don't need to get the masses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
Right. You need to find out what's in your area.
Yeah.
What you specialize in. And then focus your. Go ahead.
No. Finish. You about to say.
Focus what you're selling, what you have, and see if that audience, that target audience in your circumference, 10-mile, 15-mile radius, even wants that.
Like I said, 1%.
1%.
1% of 60,000. I can do that.
Right.
I can do that.
Right.
Now, again, the way you deliver it may vary from product and service to service. If you sell a lip gloss, you're doing it. Some products have a bigger audience base. But that's the thing about it. You got to kind of look at it. Close it down. Let's not You know who wants your stuff.
Right.
I don't need to be advertising. Back in the day, you know, Poochie doing a show.
Mm-hmm.
If I know it's a gospel show, do I need to have the Google ads running to 20-year-olds?
Right.
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 If I know that we're doing that, why have it? If I know it's a blues thing, why do I have it? You know, going that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you got to kind of niche it out.
Right.
Niche it out.
Right.
And that's why I think a lot of times people want to just, hey, we got this, that going on.
Right.
Like,
they want to cover the city.
No, hey, man, you want to come to the show? I ain't going that shit.
Right. Who is that?
Oh, yeah. Same thing. You sit there and say you got a hip hop concert,
Right?
And I'm trying to sit here with my peers. They're like, "Poop, man, get that shit out." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to know who is this for,
Right?
And be able to sit here and drive those particular things. You got to know your target audience. The key thing with that is, guys, you ain't gonna waste no time. You ain't gonna waste no money because you're consistently giving it to who? The people that want your product and service. And you need to sit down and think about that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think about that. Who wants my stuff? Not everybody gonna love it. No, the hell everybody ain't.
That's what we think as entrepreneurs. We think everybody needs this, what we got. You know how that go.
I always remember, you know, I've shared that story several times. When I was in undergrad at Georgia State in a marketing class, and the mahogany gift cards and Hallmark and Hallmark stores. It was a white lady that started it. She got black artists, black poets, and they made those mahogany cards. And she sold, you know, contracted artists and the writers, but also had a partnership with Hallmark to sell because she knew there was a lot of black people that want to buy these ethnic cards called mahogany. Right. But there's a white woman on it. Right. And I thought it was just sheer genius because, like she said, I seen a market for that.
I see the niche.
And then, hey, she hit it twofold.
Right.
She got some Hispanic writers and artists and poets. They got some Asian and did the same thing. And I know so many people just were blind to go in there and get a mahogany card. And buy it. You know what I'm saying? It's like late 90s, early 2000s. But just think how.
I bought a few of them myself.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But the kind of foresight we're doing it. That's what I'm talking about, knowing that target audience. Like, don't try to overthink it. Think about how much money you could have made 7-8 years ago by selling MAGA hats. Selling MAGA pins. Don't put your face on it. Because, hey, Lab, how many times you been into a soul food restaurant or a New Orleans seafood restaurant? It ain't never Asians in that work.
Right. True.
Huh?
Jerk. Yeah.
Oh, they got jerk. They got Jamaican restaurants too.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim and Wayne back there. He back there cooking. You want soul food? You want soul food? Black eyed pea? I got black eyed pea. Huh?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey. And folks in the car, it's good. It's good.
Right.
You got to think outside the box. You got to find that target audience. Really, that's one thing I think a lot of times people really don't focus on. Again, we're talking about common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. Knowing who your target audience is, specifically who wants to purchase your product and services, and go after them. Stop trying to sell your stuff to the masses. It makes no sense whatsoever for you to spend time trying to push the people that's not going to do it. When I run ads on, it's just a quick gem for everybody. When I run ads like on Instagram and Facebook, I make sure I exclude all accountants, all tax companies. Why? Because they don't need to see my damn ad.
They don't. They come.
Because the software is the algorithm is already sending when because they know they're commonly dealing with tax and stuff. The ad is going to get sent to them, right? Because they're looking up taxes and stuff, right? But if I say exclude them, it's not. You
won't go through them, right?
I know how my customer looks, right? When I had the salon, I knew who need to come in. I knew who needed to come in my salon. I mean, in regards to the stylist, because when you own a salon, you're doing booth rent. Your customers is your stylist, not the people that's their customer. Okay. But when you own, you got suites or booths. The stylists are your customer, right? As far as the owner, the other people that's theirs, right? So I got to make sure that I'm getting a stylist. I knew how stylist I wanted to look. You had to be a certain age. Most of them preferably over 35. I wanted 35 and 40 because I didn't have a lot of foot traffic. Okay. You had to be established, have your own clientele. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have an anchor like a grocery store, right? Right. So I need to have established people. And I sold. You had this area, you had this room, you had all this freedom and autonomy at my spot. Right. somebody was young up and coming when I thrived it, when I did well in my spot. Why? Because I didn't have foot traffic like a Walmart or something like that around.
Right.
That makes sense.
I get what
so I knew who to get somebody older because they gonna be probably less fussing, they don't want to be bothered and all this other kind of stuff. They just want to go in and make the money and leave. I know how it is with rental properties. What kind of tenant I want, how they look. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't want young buck in there. I don't want young buck in there. Hell no.
Right.
I don't want them in there.
Mm.
You know who you want to be able to buy stuff to, right?
Right.
So just focus on that. That's something that a lot of people miss, right? Yeah, we're talking about common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs, right? Okay. The fourth one is trying to do everything alone. Now here, this is a funky one right here because far too often, when we say, we start talking about trying to do everything alone. Most time when you're an entrepreneur, you're also on an entrepreneur budget. So even with everything we're saying, everybody got an advertising budget, everybody got a marketing budget, everybody ain't got enough money to get even employees.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times why you might see, your significant other, family, friends, kids, and they're working and stuff like that. But we have to be realistic about the impact that can happen with it.
Right.
Sometimes we gotta just sit there and look at it. I was at a stop and grabbed something to eat yesterday. And I had one of your cousins working. They gave me my bag with my food.
Uh-huh.
The bag, the handle was real. I said, "Excuse me, young lady, can you give me another bag?" And I picked the bag. I thought she was gonna get it. She laid the shit on the counter.
Right.
Well, I gotta fix it. You broke in the bag. You gave me a broke bag.
Right.
I didn't like it.
Right.
But I'm just saying, sometimes we gotta be thinking about the kind of people we got interacting with people.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind. Lab can be working the front door. Lab is a good person. Lab care about me, but Lab doesn't have the people skills to be greedy and doing all this other kind of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we know what money is. Money is one of the most important things to people. You got your family, your health, and your money.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes money comes for all that, right? So,
I'm going to say, I think sometimes, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I think sometimes entrepreneurs put people in places where they know they're probably not good at it. They're probably not best at it, but like we said a couple of shows back, they just trying to put a body in that spot.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it.
I mean, even if it hurts their business, which they probably don't see right off the bat that it's gonna hurt that's hurting their business, but sometimes it's just I just need somebody right here, real quick. I just need somebody to do this while I do this.
I get it, but you gotta be realistic and be honest with the impact they can have for you negatively. Because we always need to say how things work. If I got them down, we can keep it functioning. But just understand it negatively. I remember Kat told me with my tax bill, and I was like, "No." I was just saying how I'm realistic about certain things without trying to push certain people to do stuff. He's like, "Man, you can get another person; they can run it." Like, no hell,
right?
And he's just talking. He don't know,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I put somebody in the wrong spot. They making fraudulent returns and all that stuff. They can quit and leave,
right?
But I done lost my shit,
right?
Put people in certain places. So you got to be realistic about that kind of stuff, right? What we got, Sexy Redbone says, hire family in your company is a definite no. Learn that the hard way. Appreciate that. Savage Police PR is a great topic. Can you all speak on novices being too eager and gullible for so-called experts who may have deceptive motives? We'll come back to that. I think that'll be part of the team.
Okay.
I think that's part of it. I don't want to skip over anything like that.
Okay.
But if not, I'll make sure I come back to it. I appreciate that. But when we talk about trying to do everything alone, that also goes to take money out of the equation. Just say, I don't trust nobody. Right? And, a lot of times that come where you done got burned. Because you got people in place, but you you micromanage it and all that kind of stuff. And it's tough. Because some people just naturally don't want to give nobody an opportunity. And some people have been burned. Well, I'm going to give you something, whatever. And I tell cats all the time, especially younger guys, younger professionals, a lot of times you'll get opportunities when people can get that trust in you to let it guard down.
Let me add something else to that part. Also, I think a lot of times new entrepreneurs, novice, they always have a hard time. they don't think people see their vision for one. So that's probably why they do everything alone by themselves. And another thing, sometimes it's hard to articulate the vision you have. You have it in your head. You have a business plan, yes, but you also have other things in your head and your mind of how you think this should go. And sometimes it may be a little difficult to articulate those things, and that may be why they're doing it. So they've got to learn how to articulate your plan to somebody else. Like, okay, I got you here. You know, we're doing this podcast. And like we say outside, just be just like I tell people who start podcasts all the time. You ain't got to be stiff. You ain't got to have all this. Just be yourself and present it like you would present to anybody you talking, that you talk to on the couch. Like if it's a friend of yours you talking to, people respond better to that.
Yeah.
But sometimes people just don't have a way to articulate those things. They don't have a way to tell you how they see things should be or how they think their business for the vision for their business is. It just is there. They have the plan. They written it down. They have written it down. But to tell you is a different thing.
You know what's fun about that, Lab, and that's a gazillion way with you. I agree with it. But I always kind of say it's kind of like you got a child. When you talk to your children, they ain't always going to get the point. And at some point, because I think a lot of shit is rooted in patience. Because I can talk to my child over and over again, like, Dad ain't getting it. I got a choice. Let me keep trying to find a different way for them to get it, or like, well, get the hell out of the way. Let me do it.
One or two.
You can understand shit.
Right. One or two, right.
But what I'm saying, a lot of times, to your point, people might can articulate it or just get it to somebody and they get frustrated with doing it. But you got to understand, be realistic, man. You only going to go so far. Mark, that was one of the bigger lessons Mark gave me when I was younger in the game in my 20s. Poochie, you got to have 2 arms, 2 legs.
Right.
Poochie, you got 2 arms, 2 legs.
Right.
That shit ain't going to do so much.
Right.
And that always stuck with me. And to the difficult part is finding the right people that can actually, like you said, you got your vision and be able to push that out. But it's not easy at all. Let me scroll through these right quick. Tamika, what's going on? You're so inspiring to me. I'm close to finally jumping off the porch with my business. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you're having a positive impact on you. You hear that, Mama? My mom's still on there.
I don't know. I think Mama done left.
Oh, shit. It's Miller time.
Mama, you still here, Mama?
My mom, she probably, I appreciate that, Tamika. Thanks for tuning in. But now, man, you got to be willing to be patient with it. Because like I said, you're only going to go so far.
Right.
You try to do everything. You're going to be limited, with certain stuff. And I get it.
Right.
I get it because I wrestle with it a lot. I didn't start making money until I started getting more people to work and everything. But I also got headaches because I'm dealing with
in
people.
The process.
Yeah, I'm dealing with people.
Right.
Their attitudes and all that kind of stuff. Just like, I'm thinking about the businesses. That damn salon, man. Right. I mean, you seeing people argue about some, to me, stupid shit.
Right.
And you sitting there like, but at the end of the day, I ain't going to make no money unless I got these people in here.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Right? And so, when the people out there working, doing those taxes, I'm like, man, come on, man. You can't get this. Like, damn, man, just press power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, you're only going to... what was that? Do we got any comments in there? I think I had seen one according to come on
Keisha Muse says I'm learning something.
Okay, cool.
Mama is in the building.
Oh, Mama in the building.
Roderick. Hold on. I'm sorry, I can't see that.
Roderick, hold on.
Yeah, Roderick Cole said, "Good job, my brother."
Hey, appreciate it, Roderick. Thanks, brother. Thanks, I appreciate it.
I wasn't trying to mess up your name on purpose, but I don't have my glasses on.
You ain't the first person.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
You ain't the first person to struggle with it.
Okay.
Appreciate that, boy. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, just trying to do everything along is pretty tough. Again, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. Again, 10 common mistakes first-time entrepreneurs. I'm Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Feel free to leave a comment in the chat, or you can call in. The call-in number 678-740-9894. So make sure the phone working. Now you been on a lonely night. No lady friend ain't called. Hey,
take your phone.
Yeah. Mama, call my phone. The phone ain't wrong. No. Call. Don't work.
Don't work.
Better go you. I ain't nobody want me bald one of them dry nights.
Keep picking up that phone.
Yeah, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs.
Hold on. Maria, since I have a mobile wellness business, I struggle with knowing the best way to market myself.
What I will say to do, Maria, and I appreciate you giving feedback. Maria said she has a mobile welding business and she struggles how to market a business. Get you some consulting, because I'm pretty sure on the surface you've done as much as you could do on your level of what your experience, what you know to do. That might be posting, that might be spreading the camp, whatever at your level. I would spend a little time, not necessarily jump out there trying to find somebody get anybody to consult you or give you advice. Spend a little time trying to look at different ones, vetting them, and then getting somebody to do that, because most of the time, for you in order to go next level, you're gonna need some kind of coaching or guidance. If you can't find nobody, you know, a lot of we got links. We do business consulting, business development help. You can just find the link in the description section of the videos. You want to book an appointment for that. But I would just say, you know, in essence, you can just get your some kind of consultant to help you with that, with doing it. Because that's usually, we always kind of plateau. We know.
Right.
And once you get to where you know, you just got to kind of be realistic. Like, look, this off my level. And that's all of us, right? So we just got to kind of make sure we get to that point. I appreciate that comment. The next one is ignoring the importance of marketing. Guys, we start looking at marketing. Like, sometimes I think people, we did a video on this for. There's a difference between marketing and advertising. There's a difference between marketing and advertising. Everybody like, what the hell the difference is? You know, advertising is the actual channel that you actually put your ads or posts and things like that. Advertising is like, you know, you selling things like on Facebook, TV, radio, social media, whatever you're doing, that's advertising, right?
Okay.
Marketing is understanding when we start talking about the target market and stuff like that, where you're actually looking at who you're trying to get your product to, knowing that all the we call it what's it, 4 P's: price, placement, product, and I forgot the other P.
I wanted prospect, price, placement, product, and prospect. Talking about.
Well, we get the 4 P's of marketing, whatever. But just knowing,
right. Prospect would be the market, the person in the market that you're trying to reach. So price, product placement, prospect.
Okay. Now, with that said, we're gonna roll with it.
Okay.
With that said, the understanding, you know, just inception. Okay, how much this gonna cost? How we gonna deliver it? How do those people want? Google it, lab.
I want to make sure we right.
But just understanding that, because marketing is so important, because as opposed to advertising, marketing has you decide on how you're going to advertise, on who you're going to make, or what you're going to sell, your price and all that kind of stuff, because it's taking consideration the cost. And far too often, people just throw shit out there. They throw stuff out there.
Okay. Product, price, place, and promotion.
Product, price, place, promotion. I knew one of them was off. Okay, cool. Those are your 4 P's. And typically in marketing, you go to business school, you go to marketing, they bring up marketing. Those are the 4 P's. We start looking at the item that you're selling or the service you're providing: product, price, placement, and promotion. Right? And just going through that, looking at those kind of things, that'll determine it. Because what happens, guys, I'm gonna be very real with you. I see far too often people say, well, listen, this is I got a lawn service, or I got I'm selling t-shirts. Well, this place sells for this, so we're gonna undercut them a little bit. The issue comes up is you're undercutting them, but your price is so damn low, you can't even make any money.
Right.
That's why I almost damn near bankrupt Red Lobster. People don't ever get out of the damn shrimp. Yeah, in the shrimp. Like, that wasn't thing that didn't go into that marketing model.
Right.
You sitting there, you spending all this, you selling something that really couldn't bring enough revenue in to cover your costs.
Right.
Right. So you got to make sure that you understand that market, what you're doing, because again, I tell y'all, short dollar ain't cheap dollar.
Right. Right.
Folks ask me all the time, you be sitting around, oh, you an accountant? Yeah, how much you charge? Man, I ain't cheap. Shit. We even go into all that other shit. Okay. I ain't cheap. I ain't no tax man. I'm an accountant. So look here, man. I ain't, I'm good.
Right.
But I ain't cheap.
Right.
And I can tell you this, that, and that. Your family friend. I can work with you this, that, and that. But we started for the get, bro. I ain't cheap.
Right.
So we ain't got to. I got
further.
all that shit hanging on my wall. No. Hell no. Hell no.
All them plaques.
I get them phone calls all the time. Well, look, man, I called H&R Block and they charged me this. Better call them back.
Right.
Shit.
You better jump on that deal.
They not like us. Shit, you got me. I ain't a cheap tax man.
Right.
But just understanding, being realistic, dog. Like knowing that, okay, this is what I'm having, right? This is what I got. This is what I'm delivering, and understanding what they're gonna cost you to provide that product or service, right? So that's what's there. Can you charge a price for who the people that you're trying to get? Okay, because at the end of the day, you know it's gonna cost you $5 just to acquire these items.
Right.
You want to put your markup on top of it, say if it's $3 to $4, because if you sell X amount of those, you make X amount of money, you can cover your rent, water, light, gas, all this other kind of stuff, and put a little change in your pocket.
Right.
At that price point that you want to sell it for, are the people that you know are they going to buy it? Okay.
That's the biggest question.
Okay, so you know they're not going to buy it, but who am I going to do? Am I going to be this premium guy or whatever? You got to just take some time to think about that. Because, man, I'm going to tell you, I was sitting, me and Will B was at the what me and Will was at the Braves game last week.
Okay.
We sitting out there. Nigerian guy walk up. I'm looking for a damn Uber. And Nigerian guy walks up, you need a ride, need an Uber? I said, yeah, I'm putting in the app, and it's like $30-$40. He said, where you going? I said, well, shit. I gave my mom address and I parked my car over there. He said, $60. I said, hell no, Uber gonna take. He said, Uber try to rob the drivers. I don't give a fuck. What do I care? I care. What Uber? Bro, you got a bad business model. If you think you're gonna get sympathy from people who rather give you $20, $30 more than live in Uber.
Right.
So you need to make a business decision right now. You're here
telling me $30 and you telling me $60.
You're here, I'm here.
Right.
I'll pay you. You see what they're charging me.
Right.
I'll give you the same. I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's like two buses pulled up. One charge $10, the other charge $20.
He told you to Uber robbed the driver.
We don't care.
Hey, stick them up. Bro, I can't believe it. But that's when that marketing, man, you got to understand what you're doing.
Right.
You got to understand, you got to be smart about it. But that goes back, you got to there has to be a lot of time when you're working or doing stuff in your business that got nothing to do with you actually doing the business.
Right.
Because you got to spend some time thinking about your marketing, your advertising, that business plan. Like you want to spend some time dealing with it, and then got no time, nothing to do with the business. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of times like now, me and you just rapping. I got to spend, tax season coming up. How we going to market some stuff? How we going to do? I got to get all that stuff and doing that stuff together now.
Right.
Okay. How we going to have the training sessions and all this other all this kind of stuff. I got to spend time doing that. You know what I'm saying? How we going to get, it's so much stuff outside of the actual practice that you got to get. And people are like, I don't have time for that. I get back to it. But what happened is, man, like I say, see them tires getting bald. No, you ain't change that oil. The tire gonna blow out.
Right.
Blow it here.
The engine gonna lock up.
Look here. Hey, shit, you got to do it. So that's a very important guy. We started talking about, and the importance of marketing. But guys, remember what I said, that difference between the advertising and marketing. But you also go to Mr. Short Dog. I've done videos before in regards to where I explain the differences, breaking down advertising, breaking down marketing. So I gave a whole tutorial video on Mr. Short Dog on YouTube where we talked about that exact topic. So definitely go there and check that out if you need further clarity on that. The next one, guys, again, we'll talk about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. The next one is setting unrealistic expectations. Oh, my God. If I rule the world, hey, man, everybody wants to be the global, the premier, the platinum. And, just you be like, what? No, you ain't no global.
Right. No, you
ain't no platinum.
might want to be the number one.
Hey,
number one.
Shit, number 4 get paid.
Right.
10 make money too, right?
That's right.
So we have to be realistic about certain things. We say, hey, want to do it. A lot of times, when people say unrealistic expectation, it's done in ignorance, it's done in impatience, it's done in greed, several reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, you got to sit here and look at it. You know, at the end of the day, you want to sit here and make X amount of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
But just understanding, okay, what is it going to cost me to make X amount of dollars?
Right.
From a monetary perspective, from a time perspective, from a human capital perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get do I have the time to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have the funds to do that? Can I get the right people to help me do that?
Right.
All that stuff got to come into play.
Right.
Right. And if you can't do that, because we know us, right?
Right.
We can feel we're $1 million brother, right?
But everybody else ain't gonna feel that way.
But you've been a $10,000 brother your whole life. So what is going to happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Fairy godmother gonna boop inside your head, and all of a sudden it happens.
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell no. Shit no. You still gonna be at 10K.
Right.
That's all. But we got to be, again, it doesn't mean you can't do certain things, but just be realistic of where you at. You know where we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
But always the key, guys, the key to understanding to set realistic expectations. If you haven't, guys, remember, check out my video. We started talking about goal setting. We do a goal setting video usually twice every year. You should check out how to set goals 2024, all the years we've done it. But I always tell people, when you look at your destination, or what you where you want to be and what you want to attain, always work backwards from the goal.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to sell 100 of these, what do I have to do on a monthly, weekly, and daily basis to get to that point?
Right.
Right. But most of them want to do that. Why? Now we start getting that personal accountability.
Right.
I ain't got to think. I ain't time to think about that shit.
I just need to get to the 100.
That's why you ain't pay rent.
Maria says, I just want to be comfortable enough to do my business full time and let go of the 9 to 5.
I think that's everybody's aspiration to be able to do that.
That's not unrealistic, though, is it? Do you think that's unrealistic?
I don't think it's unrealistic. I think what people have to understand is, even though we're talking about 10 common mistakes on entrepreneurs, I think people have to be realistic about what they're leaving and what they get.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to sit here and say, I own this. This is mine, and I'm working hard for myself. But I understand what you have to do when you're the owner. You have to create the system. You got to create everything that you have at your job when you walk in. You got to make that for your business.
We talked about this many times.
Like I say, people say I want to get off the plantation, but what are the benefits of the plantation?
Right.
So you got to sit there. I don't have PTO lab.
Right.
I don't have sick leave.
Right.
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 I didn't leave my job to my really, or even consider leaving my job to my military discipline. I got to a point where we 50%, where I can get free medical.
Mm-hmm.
Like all this stuff got to it's one thing to make it, all the stuff that you have at your job.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you got to replace that for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think a lot of times if we can handle that, it's cool. That's why I think a lot of times people miss. I don't think a lot of times, not saying that with Maria and everything like that, and definitely please,
But I think that's a good thing that Maria asked, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they'll start their business like, hey, I got my own business. I'm done with the 9 to 5, and not realizing that they have things that they have to replace that the 9 to 5 covers.
Well, like I say, I don't. Most time when I hear people say they want their own business, I feel like they don't want their own business. They want a job pay, or they try to pay them more money, or they get more freedom or more, authority. Mm-hmm. That's usually what the root of that is. If they could do things the way they want to do, not in a bad way, more authority,
right,
more more recognition, freedom, and more money. Usually they're like, okay, I'm cool, right? But that's usually what caused that up. But I would just say with doing that, that's one of the toughest things about going down the road of entrepreneurship with leading 9 to 5, because it's scary.
Maria said that's a good point. She didn't think about replacing what I currently have.
Maria, definitely go down the entrepreneur. If you're looking on Facebook, on YouTube, check out all we got over 1,000 videos on the YouTube channel. But what I would suggest is you go down the entrepreneur playlist, and I got a lot of videos about how to plan on leaving your 9 to 5, things to think about, blueprints to go about, with just you to just we're doing that brainstorming about, hey, I want to leave my job, what I need to consider, and how I need to map it out. But definitely on the YouTube channel, go down the entrepreneur playlist. You'll see several videos covering that particular topic, man. But those aren't really expectations. People throw them out all the time. But like I say, it's easy to do that because we don't want to be accountable. Sexy Redbone says true. I don't think people speaking about self never think about that insurance, etc. You really just focus on the money, just making, etc. And it's again, we know what money we can make.
Right.
We don't think about what money we got to spend
and replace.
What
you say when we had one entrepreneur, you said, I'm not trying to live over my I'm trying to just replace that income for my household, light bill, phone bill, water bill. No, that's what you were saying. Like, it's not extra. It's just this part.
Yeah. That's what I tell anybody. That first step, I appreciate bringing that up, Larry. The first step of any entrepreneur, you think about stepping out on faith, the main thing you need to be concentrating on making is your life bills. Rent, or mortgage, car note, whatever it costs you to live, you need to make that. So if that's 15, 20, 30,000, you got to make that. If you know you ain't making that shit, don't you leave your job.
Not yet.
Whatever the total that you know you have to pay or whatever to live, because you can get rid of the cable, might not get frequent getting your hair done and nails or haircut,
right,
or the club. You can cut that down. But the necessities, the rent, the mortgage, utilities, car notes and stuff like that, whatever that number is, that's what your ass need to be making. If you're considering, if you know that you're not making that, or you don't have an extremely strong potential of making that, you don't need to.
Right.
You don't need to leave your job. You don't.
Right.
You definitely don't. Because the only thing you're gonna do is just trade the job for that business. They're gonna burn your ass out.
Stressful.
Burn your ass out because you're working 4 times as much. Because when you really truly love to be a sustainable entrepreneur, you gotta love what you're doing, and it's not really work. People know me, man. People can hit me up. I'm there 1, 2 in the morning, still working.
Right.
But I'm cool. I like it.
Right.
Cause you know me, shit, like it might be 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Before you get up,
I'm smoking a cigar. You ain't did. No shit. When I work, I work.
Right.
When I chill, I chill.
Right.
And that's what it is. Most entrepreneurs, we like freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most people that are working, they want security. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong either way.
Right.
Everybody want money.
Right.
But I'm cool with, I can stay up, do this, might give up a little time here, there, and there. But when I want to chill, I chill.
Right.
And that ain't for everybody. That ain't for everybody. And I think we got to be realistic what we want, because you can't have the freedom of entrepreneur, but also have the security of an employee.
Right.
You got to figure out
that video too.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Hey, we got video on that too. So if you don't have to keep it on a moonlight level, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it at all. Again, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. Again, 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. The main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. Make sure you go there and subscribe. You have to leave out, or you just came in the middle. You want to see the whole video, it's full entirety. Go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. And if you got any comments that any sharing a story that you've had in your life or anything like that, feel free to call in 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. The next one, guys, is neglecting customer feedback. Neglecting customer feedback. Now, listen. I talked about this before, because people hear all the time, the customer is always right.
Right.
The customer's not always right. The customer's an asshole sometimes, right? Customer's a jerk. Customer wrong. Customer rude. Entitled. They're not always right. But the customer is always paying you.
Right.
That's what they are.
The difference.
They're always paying you.
Uh-huh.
And you got to sit there and say to yourself, how much of the line do I want to tinkle in regard to that? You got to let nobody disrespect you. Mm-hmm. But some stuff you got to be like, look, man, I understand. I can't let my ego, my pride get so much into it and I'm making this money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I just being right. That's why it's so important. You charge the right prices. Because in your mind, this job's supposed to be $500. But I'm so desperate for a job, I did it for $100. Then when they come back, I'm tripping, man. I ain't even charging that much.
Right.
I don't give a shit. I paid you what you asked for.
Right.
So if you don't want, charge what you're supposed to charge, right? That's the thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you got, and when we start to my customer feedback, and that's not always a negative thing, guys. If I start this business and I love selling my grandma's pies, I love it. We got it to post on the wall selling the grandma pies, but everybody loves my uncle's cheesecakes. But my thing is grandma pie shop, and we're pre-making all these, but people don't want it. They want Uncle cheesecakes. The customer saying, the sales saying, and everything. But my dumb ass still want to what? Sell the damn pies. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do it.
You gotta shift.
Listen, let me lay this out to everybody, and I'm gonna be true, full transparency. When we started this YouTube channel, if you look at all the videos prior to 2019, everything business. I made a video about some damn grants,
right?
And it blew through the damn roof, and that's been one of the pinches. Everybody coming with the grants,
right?
If you look at it, we got videos on break-even analysis, price making, consulting, all kind of stuff. That just what we talking about now be just great, enriching information for any kind of entrepreneur, finance-wise, whatever. The grant videos were selling,
right?
So I can be a dumbass, and I don't want to make no more grant video. I'm above that, right? I got all this education. Why am I doing all that? But what do people want to see? People want to see the grant videos. Look, Pooch, Mr. Short Dollar, you want to see here, hey, here you go, what you want to do or what people want. Right? I'm just saying it for myself.
Right.
We got to be realistic. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and again, I'm not saying compromise what you do or who you are, but I am saying when you get in business, what you mentioned before, your vision of what you want to do and what people want may be totally different.
Right.
And you can sit there and stand on your crown and be like, no, we're gonna stick with this, but nobody ain't buying it.
Right. So
nobody ain't buying it.
The business is successfully failing.
It's successfully failing,
right? Because
you standing on business, right? But your business ain't that.
I'm only selling pie.
You know, exactly, right? Six Redbone said, do the first 2 year rule. 2 year rule apply to all companies. Nonprofit, all money goes back into the company. It varies. Let me say this. I don't, and I'm glad you asked. The question was, does the first 2 year rule apply to all the money go back into companies? No profit put back into it. It's all based on what their business plan is. You know what I'm saying? Realistic, you say, okay, I want to reinvest it into my business and stuff like that. It still go back in that plan. I don't like personally giving out holistic information because this business needs this business needs that, and everything. And sometimes you might want to reward yourself with certain things. And you could be actually doing well enough with like, okay, cool, we're over what costs are and stuff like that, so we can't pull. So I don't necessarily say that's a rule that's applicable to everybody. I always say start at your business plan, and then you can kind of go from there. That's why we want to have plans and rules in place, because the plans and rules help us get through those points where we're doing real good,
right,
or we're doing real bad. That's why the plan is in place. So I always say, my personal opinion is to have that plan in place with doing it. If you make a little bit of money over, is it wise to take that money? And then when stuff gets slow, you ain't got none. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
But if you're, doing 2 or 3 folds over and costs remain the same and stuff like that, I wouldn't necessarily see a problem. But it just depends, right? So that's why I say I don't like giving out holistic information.
Right.
It's just have a solid business plan in place. And I think
some people may think taking money out of the business is buying themselves a new car, which they something that they need in order to keep pushing the business. That might not be take it out the business. That might be still reinvesting in the business. Just you need to canvas, drive around like Maria says. She has a mobile healthcare business. If she's making money in the business and it's fourfold, and she decided to buy a new vehicle because once she has to have 562,000 miles, that's not necessarily taking money out the business. I don't think
they're not taking out the business, but that cruise is
okay.
Right, that cruise is right. Your BBL, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that is right. Right. That's why I said we got to, with that like that's helping. Something like that help, can sustain the business, make more money with the business. But we know those things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that responded to that, I will say I wouldn't necessarily want to give holistic advice with that.
Right.
Again, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first time entrepreneurs make, and 10 conversations for first-time entrepreneurs. We're nearing the end of the list. Is one of about to have a damn brain cramp, and that being the lack of focus on cash flow management. And kind of alluding what we were just talking about, guys. Don't get. I'm gonna tell you something. This is real funny, and I want everybody to kind of just listen to what I'm about to say. I've been a treasurer, budgeting, pretty much any financial title from an executive leadership standpoint over the past 10 years, right? Right. And one thing about it is when you lay certain things out to people and you say, listen, we're budgeting, we have an allocated budget for rent of $12,000 for the year, $1,000 a month. We know we got to pay utilities, This is our budget for the year.
Right.
For the year.
Right.
If your business make the bulk of its money the first 3 or 4 months of the year, they got their money. You still got to cover your costs for what? The year.
Right.
I made most of my money the first quarter. Let's say tax bill. I make most of my money from February to maybe let's say second week of May.
Okay.
The bulk of the money. Everything is kind of spread out.
Okay.
A little here, a little there, right? The cost I got for that office, the rent, it's the same all year. The insurance premium, same all year. Right? Those fixed costs. When we start saying lack of focus on cash flow management, if we're sitting there in May, and I'm like, man, we got $20,000 in the bank, man. I can do some stuff. But I still got $8,000 in rent I got paid throughout the year.
Right.
I got another $2,000 or $3,000 insurance I got paid throughout the year. Right. I got another, maybe $2,000 in utilities I got paid out during the year. So the money I see that I'm looking at, 80-90% of it may be already allocated for stuff I got to do during the year.
Right.
And I'm telling you, Lab, that has been a constant argument that I've always had. Being a treasurer, CFO, all that. I'm telling you, Lamb.
Really?
I'm telling because you tell me, look, no, we have this. We still got to pay this. There's other stuff, right? And unless we get another revenue generator in, it's not. We can't do that.
Flexible
but we got money in the bank, so we all be able to do it. No.
It's allocated to something.
It's allocated.
Right.
And people, whatever, they hear that shit.
Right.
They hear it. I ain't, again. I'm talking about from a leadership standpoint. I'm telling you, Lab, that is one of the biggest arguments. And I'm telling you guys, listen, you have to always understand once you sign a lease, once you get in some kind of contractual agreement with somebody, remember that stuff has to be paid throughout the year.
Right.
So when you have an influx of money coming in, always keep in mind that you still got to pay those folks out. Not now, but later on.
Right.
And if you make some kind of expenditure, spend some money and do some stuff or withdrawal, remember you still got that stuff there.
Right.
You have to make sure that you're managing your cash flow and don't get so caught up into it. When kind of to that point, like sometimes we're like, make sure money stay in the business. Being realistic, you can cover your costs because all your costs don't come at the same time.
Right.
Most of your costs, the upfront costs is that you acquire the startup costs being the computers, the furniture, like that stuff you're dealing with, that's upfront. Most of the stuff gonna be spread out. Right. Maybe every 3 months with the insurance, rent, all this stuff every month. But when you get this money, you remember, guys, you still have to pay that stuff during the year. It doesn't go away.
True.
That's what blow a lot of folks up, man.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's that
it.
right there. That right there.
Yeah, because if you see a $50,000 in the bank, but you know as the accountant that is like allocated for something. All they say is the $50,000.
They know.
Or they might think they know. They may say they know, but if we made $50,000 once, we can make it again. So we need to spend this on something else.
Cross that bridge when you get there.
Exactly.
But see, that's the thing about it. You don't want to do that. Now you can sit there and just be smart, prepay everything out, and just what you have and stuff like that. Most time people ain't gonna do it because at the end, you may say do it for a couple months.
Yeah.
You may not necessarily want to do that because you don't necessarily know if something happened, or it might be another opportunity you might have to put funds on to be able to make it right. So, but I just want people to understand that managing cash flow is super important. A lot of people drop the ball on that because they spend money, they forget about what they have to pay for it, right? These are common mistakes we say at first time entrepreneurs. But guys, really and truly, these are most mistakes of their entrepreneurs, period. Right? And now you robbing Peter PayPal, pulling shit out your personal to pay for the business and stuff like that when you had the money, but you want to take the money
you want
out.
To spend it.
Nah. Take care of your stuff. You got a good month, gonna pay the rent for the year.
Yeah.
You got a good one, gonna prepay the insurance for the year. And you gotta worry about that shit no more.
That's something right there that you said. That right there is something that I learned not recently, last year or so. I get stuff for this business, and then I'll be like, okay. But what I learned is I just go ahead and who told me this? Slick, because she's very good with money.
Okay.
She's not an accountant or anything, but she's very good with math. She knows her money down to the penny.
Okay.
So she's very good at managing money. She say, just go ahead and pay it now. And I'll be like, what's that do the next month? She's like, well, if you got it now, just pay it now. Then when next month comes, you ain't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. I was like, okay, well, I got $50. If I got somebody that pays $3,000, I got $50. Let me go and pay that for next month. I ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And it actually is a relief because when that next month comes, I don't have it. I'm like, oh man, I got such stuff to do. Oh, I already paid that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you ain't got to worry about it.
I got to worry about it. Yeah.
Now, listen, I'm telling you, that right there get folks get caught. Like you say, look, let me pay a little extra.
Right.
Double up on it, this, that, and that. You got it.
Right. Because when I don't have, because it's been many times that I didn't have it.
Yeah.
But it was already paid.
And you said, like, damn, I'm glad I went on
right.
Now, I'm telling you, I can't stress to you enough. That mismanaging cash flow bites so many people in the butt.
Yeah.
That have revenues coming in at a certain point, but they just totally forget.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking about 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs. The next one being, and I think this is something that a lot of us even just struggle with in life, and that's not being adaptable. Not being adaptable, guys. And what I mean by that is things are going to change. Like we talked about earlier, I even mentioned some of your vendors may go up in their prices. They may change the quality of their products. They may move. You may have new laws or ordinances come up. You can't do certain things, run your business certain hours. All kind of things change. Right. Different trends. I'm telling you, Lamb, I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm a cigar smoker. And I would smoke cigars, let's say late in the early 2000s, when really ain't no black folks in there smoking.
Right.
And then we get along and everybody's doing it. You got the trend, everybody's in cigar spots and all this other kind of stuff. And I think shit oversaturated right now. And I see I see it being a tough thing. Now people spend it out. They have maybe mix it with a bar or a restaurant. And I ain't talking about nobody business. I'm just being real.
Right.
But what I see consistently, because when I see some of them, they may change the karaoke night, game night, and all this other stuff, all kind of things to keep it open. But what I see consistently, I ain't worried. A lot of them older white cigar spots, they be open from damn 11 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. But they kept what they were doing. And a lot of times people can see and just say, look, man, you got to be able to pivot and turn and adjust.
Right.
Things ain't gonna be
the same
way you want to be. Exactly.
Right.
That's why I said even before, man, when the people went crazy about the grant videos. Come on, lad, man. How I kind of like, man, but it was making the money.
It was making the money.
Right. I got so much more to add to people's lives, even just being entrepreneurs, than giving out information on grants. Now I'm helping people. I love doing that, but you got to sit here and just say, like, look, man, you get caught in shit you want to do, or we're going to pay you some money. Right. So, and that's just it. Like I said, you want to be so stuck on them damn pies and cakes, you got to be able to pivot and adjust.
Right.
You got to be able to pivot and adjust. And what's a trend now may not be a couple years from now.
Right. And you don't want to get stuck with that.
And it happens all the
time.
You got
to be adaptable from it.
You done signed a 5-year lease on a particular thing that's not really happening right now, right? You got to sit here and just be realistic about certain stuff, right? How many people got caught up with, they were selling, with the 8 tracks, then you had the cassettes, DVDs, CDs and all this kind of stuff, and now we're completely digital.
Yeah, but even the streaming services starting to, and this is called adaptability. Even the streaming services, people are taking more pleasure in. They call it physical media, which is just the CDs and the DVDs and stuff like that. people want physical media now because of the fact that they're afraid that the digital stuff, if the power goes out or if the internet goes down, they won't have no way to watch the movie. So now they're going back to physical media.
Yeah,
think about how records are coming back.
Yeah, Chris bought a record player. That's what I was about to say. Chris bought a record player. He ended up playing his albums and stuff like that. But that's the thing about being adaptable. You got to be able to pivot and adjust. We've done videos on that and Mr. Short Dog on YouTube. You got to be able to pivot and adjust because life will make stuff turn or whatever. Now, you're an entrepreneur. What you planned and how you had to lay down what you told at first may not be the case 5 months into it.
Right.
Like, no, you can't do that no more. No, you were the big fish. You had a restaurant, everybody coming in town. Now you got 3 or 4 of them on the same strip as you.
Doing exactly the same thing.
Exact same thing.
Right.
And you sitting there spending less time focused on how you got to adjust, on how you got to adjust, instead of bitching and complaining about they open these folks.
Right.
And
right.
They want to make money just like you.
Right.
They want to make money just like you.
You just need to figure out how to adjust, adapt to it.
Spend less time worrying about what the hell they did and spend more time focusing on what you need to do. That crying ain't gonna get you nothing.
Right. They ain't open now. You need to figure out your next move.
Man, you know how many Negroes done started tax businesses and every year everybody want to be a tax person. Man, I don't worry about that.
Even in this business, everybody got a podcast.
Everybody got a podcast.
But hey, I need to focus on what Misfit Radio on TV got to do.
And what they do ain't gonna have a damn thing to do with you.
Exactly.
Not anything whatsoever. I just got to focus on. Again, we got that target audience. I need to get to them. What they're doing, that's on them, right? And I think that's what hurt a lot of folks because people get off their rocker,
right,
and focus more on what other folks doing as opposed to what they need to be doing for themselves, right? So you need to definitely be able to be adaptable. And the last one, guys, is underestimate. We're talking about 10 common mistakes of first entrepreneurs. Again, 10 common mistakes of first entrepreneurs. The last one is underestimating your competition. Underestimating your competition.
Right.
It happens all the time. Every business is having all. You cannot think because, hey, listen, they struggle. I'm starting out. One day you're gonna be the OG.
Right.
You know, I see it in the music industry and all that stuff, the up and comers. At some point, they get hot, then they gonna get cold.
Right. Then the next
they
person gonna
do
be
the
hot.
Circuit.
Right. Everybody gonna fall off eventually.
It's a circle of life.
Right.
And you have to understand, like, hey, don't take nobody lightly. Don't take nobody lightly. You see somebody's competition, better learn what the hell they doing. Right. Because there are things that they may be doing that different from you that you can implement in your system. Folks like, hey, he stole our style. And
I say that a lot.
Hey man, you know how many times people that came to me like, hey man, we thought of that, this, that, especially when I had I had the cleaning business back in 2007. And a cat I knew, he was talking about it for me. He was, but he wasn't gonna do shit to talk.
You just implement.
He wasn't do shit.
You just implement.
And he's like, yeah, man, you know I was gonna do that. Well, shit, you still ain't. The same shit you doing right now. You sit up here at Madhouse Paul, right, and just be complaining. You ain't gonna do a damn thing, and I'm gonna make money like I always have. You ain't gonna do a damn thing. So don't never look at it like, well, they don't know this, they don't know that. Study competition. They study you. Look at what they're doing. They may be doing okay. Well, that right there doesn't work for me right now. But you're keeping aware of it, right? You have to actually look at it and look at that stuff. The things that they may be aware of, especially system wise. They may be have a different kind of machines running. They have a different kind of system or how they running the actual establishment. You might get tidbits attached like, no, our customer base, they really want to be open to that. We're going to stick with that. But you never know. Don't ever underestimate nobody. Right. Don't ever underestimate nobody because before you know it, then they're going to go. You know what I'm saying? It happens in restaurants a lot because what happens is when you give people options, people, if you ain't harnessing what you need to be doing, because like, damn, they, the new place, they got wings for $4 and stuff like that. Shit, man, this, that, and that. Right. And then you might say to yourself, how the hell they doing wings? Now, they might do some dirty stuff. Right. Because you selling wings for $6. But it costs you $4. And you say, how the hell they selling for $4 and I got to pay for it? Right. They may just drop the price to get your
out of business.
Hey,
it's been done before. They'll drop the price to get you out of business. Then when you gone, raise it back up to what they need to make.
Happen all the time.
Make them $8 then because you gone.
Understand it.
Right.
But then you might say, well, shit, man, I might got to take an L.
Right.
And
sell
do
mine
that
for $3
for a little bit. Yeah, or sell it for $3 or keep them at the price because I don't necessarily think another person going to leave you
right
for the same price.
Right.
But they might leave you for cheaper.
Yeah.
But if you keep it at, okay, let me drop mine to what they got.
Cost.
And I'm just breaking even the cost or whatever doing. But you got to know.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know, man. You got to know, man. I'm telling you, man. You do underestimate anybody. They can't do it like us. They can't. Sound like them guys and their girlfriend leaving. He ain't got more money than me. He can't love her like I love her. No, he loved her how he loved her.
Right.
It ain't better than you, but it's how and she likes how he do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just different.
Just
you know what I mean?
That's all. You gotta adapt.
Yeah, you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt. Man, but we ain't shit, boy. Listen, guys, hey man, we just went through that list, and I'm finna go back through it again. Tonight's show we talked about the 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs, and the first one being not having a clear business plan. And guys, what I don't have it on there now. Let me say this, but I will put all 10 of them on the in the description section of the YouTube channel. I will put all 10 on there. I don't have it on there now. I just thought about that, but I will put all 10 in the description section of the YouTube video. So go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Excuse me, check out the video, the show again if you want to. I'd love for you to do it. 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs, but I will put all 10 on there. So you can go back to the YouTube channel, see have it in front of you. But I'm going to repeat all of them real quick. And that being not having a clear business plan, underestimating financial needs. The third one be failing to understand the target audience. The fourth one is trying to do everything alone. The fifth one is ignoring the importance of marketing. The sixth one is setting unrealistic expectations. The seventh one is neglecting customer feedback. The eighth one is lack of focus on cash flow management. The ninth one is not being adaptable. And the 10th one is underestimating the competition. These are your 10 common mistakes of first-time entrepreneurs, guys. Definitely, I hope you enjoyed this information. I had a blast discussing anything while y'all got me on there. Do y'all have any questions or anything? We ran a little over with everything, but we had a great show. Anybody got any questions about anything we discussed? Put them in the chat. Nobody want to call in? Put them in the chat. Got any questions? So I guess nobody got a question. You got anything? Put it in the. You can go to the YouTube channel. Leave something on the comments of the video on the YouTube channel. If something will come to your mind, you know, as always, give me about a day or so. I'll respond to it. But again, man, we had a blast, man. I want to tell everybody. Especially with the channel been growing, we at 53,000 right now on the YouTube channel, man.
Maria says thank you.
Oh no, thank you.
We appreciate you, Maria, for tuning in and giving comments. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you doing that. But man, listen, dog. Hey, the goal was 50 for the year.
Right.
So we rolling. Rolling, man. But I just want to let everybody know I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for all the love and support that you guys giving us and giving to the channel, my family at Misfits Radio and Misfits TV and stuff like that. We're gonna keep chopping wood. I do want to let everybody know that we do have a new $2,500 grant video that's gonna come out tomorrow. So make sure you haven't, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe. Make sure that bell to get a notification each time I upload a new video. But that video is scheduled to be released. If you are a member of the Mr. Short Dollar family, and I think the membership is like $3.99, you get early access to all the videos. So that video was already released to all the members of the Mr. Short Dollar family.
Right.
We got different levels, but I think the smallest one is $3.99. You just get the videos early. For $3. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So definitely go there. If y'all haven't noticed, you see my Mr. Short Dollar gear. If you go to the Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, you see the links. You can get you some Mr. Short Dollar gear. Fellas, the ladies love them. They love them. Just letting you know.
Something about that dollar sign.
Yeah, that's something about that dollar sign. Nothing about the gap.
Right.
It's all about the dollar sign. And I got nice gear too. I mean, you got the tank top for the ladies and all that kind of stuff. So definitely go to Miss Short Dollar on YouTube. You see the links for all the information. Again, man, thank y'all so much for all the love and support you guys give us. Take care, be safe. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, take advantage of all the other great information there. Be safe, and I'll talk with you soon.